It's your boy, Big Kelv, still repping that 7-day genetics, and y'all know how I do it. I work out 7 days. 7 days. Now, no longer doing this segment, fuck out of here. The segment has now been switched to The Real Truth, starring your boy. And I'll still be talking about things that bug me. Sometimes it'll be gym related, but for the most part, it's just going to be random ideas or thoughts or things that I feel. And to be honest, sometimes it may not even be me ranting. It may just be some information. Today, what I want to talk about is the value of education. Now, the reason that education is so near and dear to me is because by trade, I am a teacher. I went to college to teach history. And so it means a lot to me. And when I'm out in this world every day, I notice that a lot of people aren't very educated. Nothing against them personally, but for parents who are not educated, and you missed out on that education for whatever reason, don't you think that it's imperative to make sure that your child gets an education? Make sure that they get hearty meals, especially breakfast in the morning before school. Make sure they're dressed appropriately. Make sure they have manners. You want what's best for them so that they're in a situation to get the most out of the situation. Without breakfast in the morning, a child comes to school cranky, sluggish, so their head isn't there. Without the proper attire during the colder season, they walk into the school trying to get warm, so their mind isn't necessarily on their schoolwork. Proper manners will keep them in the classroom and not getting kicked out constantly because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I understand that teachers are there to give education to your child, and they need to take care of the child while the child is at school. But if you fail to give the child the basic tools that they needed in order to navigate through their school day, that's on you. That doesn't make anybody else a piece of shit but you. If the school is constantly calling you about your child, it's your job to step in and do something about it. The teacher is there to educate the class full of kids, not just your child. They don't have all the time in the world to correct your child. And after a certain point, your child is detrimental to the learning process for every other child in that classroom. So me, I'm in the classroom. I have to choose between your one child or the rest of my however many kids in class. Not to say that that child isn't important, but when you weigh the two against each other and this child wants to play in class, well, I have to go with the bulk of my students. In the end, most teachers try to help that student out. But if you find that the school is constantly calling about your child, stop making your child a martyr. Your child is not a martyr. Your child is not doing what they're supposed to do, and you need to correct them. And if you're not willing to correct them, you're saying that you don't care enough to put them on track, to have them in the best position possible to be a productive member of society. So in the end, that means that you are a piece of shit. That child should be your prized possession. So while in your home, you should give them the most to get the most out of life. What they choose to do once they move out of your home is on them. And the reason that I bring this up is because more often than not, I have run into parents who are more concerned with their life than the lives of their children. And when I see that, I just want to say, fuck out of here. What are you doing? Your child is first. And if you haven't figured that out, you should throw yourself in a ditch. But anyways, it's your boy, Big Kelv. If you like what you heard, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. you're not the type to subscribe, that's cool too. Just make sure you watch my videos and make sure you're signed in when you do. Also, if you have an idea for an upcoming video, post in the comments below. And if I agree and it's something that bothers me like it bothers you, I'll make a video. But if not, then I won't, and I hope you don't get butthurt, because in the end, I can't care. Because in the end, it's a difference of opinion, and I'm not always going to agree. But anyways, it's your boy, Big Kelv. And as usual, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.